Hey people, Gallon Sector. Got some more superhero news for you. There's some information that just came out, comic related. And well, it's all comic related. I mean, that's where superheroes come from, right? Most of them anyway. But this has to do with the current situation that's going on in the comics right now, Marvel Comics, Marvel comic feed right now. And it has to do with the Avengers and something called Champion. Now, there was a group or a comic entitled Champions back in like the 70s. I believe it was like 75 or something like that. Members were like Ghost Rider, Iceman, a couple other Hercules or something like that. But the thing is, they were some younger heroes that branched off from the Avengers or the Defenders because they had those two teams. They didn't necessarily branch off, but they created their own team. And the same thing seems to be happening now in the comics with certain young members of the new Avengers and stuff like that. Ms.Marvel, the one from the Ultimate Universe, the one that has all the stretching powers, she's a bossy little something in the comics, but her, along with Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Nova, the totally awesome Hulk, which is, what is his name, Amadeus Cheo or something like that. He's basically a Hulk fan, and he's turned himself into also a Hulk and a version of Hulk, and he wants to prove that Hulk is the ultimate superhero, and people think he's just a monster, but he keeps himself under a better control. Kind of like Red Hulk. But Red Hulk gets enraged too and loses control, but he can just still think pretty good. But this Hulk, he's a younger version. So it's a lot of the young superheroes that are following the Avengers around. Nova, the young Nova, new Nova. And they're going to become the new champions. And I love the little image with Nova, Spider-Man, and Ms.Marvel. And it's by Alex Ross, famous comic artist. And I love when he does this style, when it almost looks painted, you know what I mean? I love that. He had a comic series back in the 90s called Marvels. I had a couple of those. My dad threw away one of them by accident or something like that. It was a Spider-Man when it looked so realistic. But I enjoy those comics, and I love the style, and I love the cover because it showcases, them saying basically like, look, man, we're on our own. I've seen some other photos where it was like, Cyclops is quitting the X-Men, the young Cyclops, because the X-Men team when they were young and first formed and everything are in the present day. So there's two X-Men teams, and they don't like the current situation of what's going on with mutants in the world. They also don't like the decisions supposedly that their older selves are making. A lot of stuff going on there. But supposedly he's quitting the X-Men, and I thought Miles was joining the X-Men. I thought he was going to join the X-Men, but it looks like he's going to be a part of the Champions now. But yeah, it should be okay. I understand that. And one of the things they were saying about this was that they see that there's room for younger heroes, because younger heroes are always looked at, you gotta wait till you become older and you're more mature, and then you can handle situations and be one of the leading men, like Iron Man or Captain America. But that's not necessarily true anymore. These younger guys are really holding their own, and they make a big difference. So they're going out on their own, doing their own thing, But you know what? That could turn out bad. That happened before when that reality show, with that young group. It started the whole Civil War, the first Civil War. So that was kind of crazy. They were taking on villains that were way above their league, and, accidents happened. Blew up a school, some kids died. But also, moving on to somebody older, Captain America. Captain America is going to have a statue, a 13-foot tall bronze statue. And it's going to debut at Comic-Con, which I am attending this year. Finally, San Diego Comic-Con. And it's a statue of Captain America. I think it's a modern version. There's a sketch of what it's going to look like. It's just a sketch. And it has an inscription on there that comes from the first movie, Captain America, the First Avenger. And he says, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. That's what he told Red Skull when he said, what's so special about you? Why did the doctor choose you? And he's like, nothing. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. But anyway, they're going to debut it at San Diego Comic-Con. I think around August 10th or whatever is going to move to Brooklyn. They're taking it to Brooklyn, where Captain America is from. And that's pretty cool. You go to Brooklyn, you see Captain America statue. He's such a big part of pop culture right now, especially with the movies. And anybody who was into comics and a fan of the comics, and even if you weren't into comics, you knew who Captain America was, or you've seen him before. At least got a glimpse of him. So I think that's cool. I like stuff like that. People like me, comic nerd, hardcore comic fan, gets to see stuff like that. I'm surprised, they don't have more statues of comic. Like Batman, for instance. Although he lives in a fictional city, Gotham City, surprised they didn't put a statue of Batman up somewhere, you know what I mean? A big bronze. But this makes sense. It's just like Rocky, having a statue of Rocky. Although it's a fictional character, it takes place in, you know, a realistic city or universe. But Captain America's from Brooklyn, so it's going to Brooklyn. And that's pretty cool. You know, you can't argue with that. Anyway, that's a little bit of superhero news that I have right now. If I have any more, might make another video about that. But I got another video I'm making about something totally different coming up. So anyway, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe for more superhero news and other things. And I will get back to you next time.